Hello, everyone. It is Miguel Marte here in Southern California, and today we're going to be breaking down the C.A.R form BCO, Buyer Counter Offer. You use this form whenever a buyer wants to respond to a seller's counter offer. It's short but powerful, and if you know how to read it line by line, you'll avoid the kind of deal confusion that kills a transaction. So let's pull it up together and take a look at it. Now, right here at the top, it says buyer counter offer number NO. If there's more than one version of this, you'll need to number it sequentially. Uh, sequentially. I don't know if I can even say that word correctly, but and basically what that means is like the BCO, it needs to be numbered one. If there's already a number one, then it needs to be number two, and so on. Then you fill it in where the counter is responding to. So if they're responding to a seller counter offer, a seller multiple counter offer, or some kind of other document like an addendum. Next, you'll reference the original offer date, right? You'd put it right here, and the property address. So it's crystal clear which deal this applies to. In paragraph 1, we have terms. This is the heart of the form. A, right? Liquidated damages and arbitration. This paragraph reminds both parties that if either the liquidated damages or arbitration section in the original offer weren't initialed by everyone, they are excluded unless re-added here. So if a buyer wants those clauses back in, you must reference them here in paragraph 1D. Now, for B, this is the adjustments to the down payment or loan. This explains how financing changes are handled. If the price changes, the down payment and the loan amounts adjust proportionally, but the deposit and any seller credits stay the same. Example, if the offer price jumps from $900,000 to $930,000, the ratio between down payment and loan remains constant. For C, this is appraisal gap protection. This is new and important. If the original offer used that appraisal contingency gap box, the same gap applies here. So if the buyer originally waived $50K of the appraisal gap and the counter increases price, that same 50 gap rolls forward. Now, D, other terms. This is your custom section. Anything else you want to change, like repair credits, contingencies, or escrow period, think of this as your blank canvas, right? You want to think of this as your blank canvas. And then E, attached agenda. Attached addenda. If you attach any addenda, right, you want to make sure that you check this box and list the attachments. If both parties don't sign every listed addendum, this counter is invalid. All right, so for paragraph 2, we have expiration. They have a built-in expiration date. So by default, it expires at 5 p.m. on the third day, unless you fill a specific time and date here. It also clarifies that the buyer can withdraw this counter any time before the seller accepts using the form WOO. WOO? No, but that stands for the withdrawal of offer / counter offer. If the seller misses the deadline, the offer is dead and any deposits are returned, right? So now for paragraph 3, this is the offer section. This section is the buyer's statement. By making this counter, all prior offers or counters are off the table. It confirms that even if a previous offer expired, its terms are still referenced here unless specifically changed. This is where both buyer sign the dates, right? If there's more than one buyer. Now for paragraph 4, this is acceptance. Now this is where the seller section, if the seller agrees, then they'll go ahead and sign and date. There's also a box in this acceptance is subject to another seller offer. So for example, the seller accepting but still wants to tweak something in the seller counter addendum or the seller multiple counteroffer. All right. Now, once both sides are signed, you have a ratified deal. Now, paragraph 5, it pretty much goes over the late acceptance. This is a safety catch. If the seller signs after the deadline in paragraph 2, the deal isn't valid unless the buyer signs again here to ratify the late acceptance. That prevents confusion. No one can sneak in a late signature without the other party agreeing. So that's the CAR form, the BCO, the buyer counteroffer. It's only one page, but it carries huge legal weight. Always confirm the timeline, make sure that all initials are there, and keep track of which counter number you're on. This is Miguel Marte breaking down the CAR forms in plain English, even though sometimes it can feel confusing. But hit me up if you have any questions, if you're thinking about buying or selling, and you just want to know more about the market in general, or if you're a real estate agent and you are looking to collab on some deals and just need a little bit of help, I'll be more than happy to connect with you. It's Miguel Marte. Have a great day.